Welcome to Lightning Advice with your hosts, Ben
And Tyrone.
and new special guest.
Jonathan.
There he is.
My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
My name Chief.
My name's shit. So, boys, this is a delayed episode. Well, you may not get it, but it is for us.
Let's just say Windows 10, not a friend today.
Just don't do that.
Well, not as bad as Windows 8.
Anyway, I've been sick for the couple of days.
Me too.
No, you may be sick. I've got salmonella poisoning.
You finally stopped eating Rustler's burgers, and that's what happens to you.
Do you know what happened? We didn't even have Rustler's burgers yesterday. We had Tesco Quicksters, which are off-brand.
I've seen them. I've seen Co-op Quicks.
It's really sad watching their sad little burgers turn round and round inside the microwave for 180 seconds. So,
Do you add the sauce or anything, or do you just...
No, I eat it plain like a sad man. So anyway, I've been sick because I actually tried to eat gourmet food, but apparently it's toxic to all known forms of meal meat life. So I've got salmonella. How are you boys doing?
Well, talking about Rustlers, I went home before summer, Rustlers hot dogs. Put it in the microwave. A minute and a half later, open it, still cold. I got home to turn up that my microwave doesn't work. All I eat is microwave foods.
I'm not sure.
Tyrone's gourmet cooking has gone down the drain.
I'm not sure if this is weird or not, but my dad makes noodles and hot dogs and like a soup with like vegetables and stuff. It's noodles with hot dogs.
Noodles hot dog with vegetables.
Yeah.
Does
like
your dad
canned
just
vegetables. like a soup, and it's quite strange, and I'm not sure if anyone else eats it. But
no one does.
well, someone told me that they did.
Well, they're lying.
Yeah.
No, not me. I think it was like someone. I don't know. I forgot who it was.
Was it your imaginary friend?
Okay, so we've just had to cut. Other than that, we're solid. So
Yeah.
I think that we should start getting on to the questions.
Yes, we've got a couple left over from Mr. Right. First question. If you could switch two movie characters, what switch would lead to the funniest movies?
Mine would be The Shawshank Redemption and Stuart Little. Probably. Like, just I don't know. I
Stuart.
can imagine Red like being like he goes to Red in the courtyard. He's like, "What do you want?" He's just like, "I don't know." Cheese or something.
We're smuggling cheese into Shawshank.
I mean, in the state of those prisons, there's probably a lot of cheese.
Well, I mean,
Got a lot of cheese acceptable to them.
a good one would be Titanic and The Little Mermaid. Everyone lives.
Yeah. Mine would be Shrek and Die Hard.
Donkey.
I think it'd be funny. Like they're calling. I haven't seen Die Hard, but I think there's like a bomb threat or something.
Well, if you haven't seen Die Hard is a Christmas movie.
Well, there's like a bomb threat, and I can imagine Shrek just go up to the main villain and just like, "What are you doing in my swamp?" and just beats the sugar out. like
Sugar's not healthy.
and then it's just like a 5-minute film because Shrek's such a brolic beast of a man. He just gets annihilated. But
Shrek retard.
what about Alien and any love film ever? That'd be pretty hard.
Happy Gilmore and everything. Oh boy. Adam Sandler needs to be in everything.
He does.
Can you imagine?
Adam Sandler. What's his brother?
Adam Sandler in
Nick,
Inception.
What's his name?
Owen Wilson.
Ben
Wow.
Shapiro.
No.
Ben Stiller.
Is he?
You've got to give us a bit of description.
Nick Cage.
Okay. You should have just gone weird, creepy guy who doesn't know how to act and was in The Wicker Man.
What do you mean he's the best actor? You've not seen Ghost Rider?
I don't know what he is. Is he a good actor or a bad actor?
He's a
He's
brilliant
an actor.
Sometimes he's actually despicable. He's not the beast! There's also times where he's surprisingly good in the role. It's kind of like Keanu Reeves.
You don't say.
It's kind of like Keanu Reeves. I don't know if he's
Keanu
good
Reeves
or
is
bad.
perfection.
Can I just say it's great that Keanu Reeves is both in like John Wick, where he just goes on like killing spree, and that one Bill and Ted, where he's like, "Yeah, dude." Anyway, I think we should go to the next question.
What social stigma does society need to get over?
Breastfeeding.
What?
So, Jonathan, what do you think?
I don't know. I think it'd be the glamorization of violence or something.
I got one. Conforming to society. Just because there's a cool kid over here smoking weed
Don't mean a wacky backy.
doesn't mean you have to do it. Be your own man.
Wake up,
woman.
Peer pressure. That's my being peer pressured into different activities like peer jumping. I remember having to do that for year 9 drama. But like if your mates tell you to peer jump, it's like really dangerous. So
It is.
probably
It is dangerous.
especially in Margate where there's probably a shopping trolley down there or something that you'll hit. Like
There's just another homeless man.
like when Dylan went swimming and there was like sewage next to his head.
yeah.
And then, now he's never gone swimming in the sea ever again.
Anyway, don't conform to peer pressure.
Just
Be your
like
own
my
man.
special friend.
Yeah, wake up, sheeple. Next question.
What is something that will always be in fashion, no matter how much time passes?
Tyrone. Just Tyrone.
I mean, I am perfection,
He's in
but the girls don't think so.
R.I.P. pheromones.
McDonald's.
Mackie D's.
Like
And do you know what's
massive
always-
corporations that have integrated themselves into people's lives.
That's not if McDonald's gives everyone diabetes.
Mac and cheese, and nobody
Surely
can
it's
stop
that.
me.
What's going to be in fashion? Diabetes from McDonald's.
No, but like fashion is in something. I'm going to take fashion as something like that's never going to fade society. Like never fade from. And I think like massive corporations like that and gaming and stuff like that. I don't think things that have now integrated into everyday lives. Those are the things that always stay in fashion, not trends, but like actual things that have become. You know, like for example, brushing your teeth is like it's not really a fashion, but it's something that is in everyone's life, and that will never fade.
Okay, thank you for the inspiring speech.
We might be a life advice podcast. We're not supposed to actually.
Yeah, we give life advice, but we don't give good life advice.
Yeah. So the next question by Mr. I was, what makes a good teacher? I don't think we should answer that.
Not going to call anyone out in particular, but just don't give an entire class a detention. Hey!
Incorporating banter into
Don't
class
be
discussion.
incorporeal, my
Yeah,
friends.
don't be an incorporeal teacher. Always be there. Like your film teacher, Tyrone.
Yikers! So the next question by a jolly old pal of ours. This Sunday, he had a special time, let me tell you that. Yeah. Anyway.
Is this Mr. H?
Yeah, it's Mr. H.
Okay.
If you made a cult, who'd be your deity/deities?
Have you heard of the
John
prophet?
Favreau.
The prophet John Favreau, or just the prophet?
He starred, produced, and directed Chef.
Shepherd.
Like how many things can this man do in
Honestly.
one time? Starring, directing, and producing one film that was actually like quite well grossing.
So it's the cult of chef.
The Cult of Chef.
The cult of chef.
I'm a chef.
What steps would you take to take over the world?
Oh yes, good one. I have a plan actually.
That's not good.
You see, my plan is to, first of all, invent autonomous AI and force them to work for me in a sort of slave AI empire on Antarctica, because there's loads of resources down there.
FBI open up.
Okay, after that, we invade the entirety of Africa and sort of do an 1800s Europe on them, just take all their resources. Then from there, we can stage our things into the central part of Asia, and slowly colonise towards Europe, and finally, last of all, after equipping the nuclear weapons from North Korea, we get America under our iron fist. I've been playing a lot of a game called Stellaris recently, where all I do is enslave aliens and just make them work for me.
What I would do, it sounds quite dark.
Now let's move on.
No, I've genuinely got an idea. All right, and I think it would work, but I'd have to have loads of funds, right? So, get a disease that's quite common, but not. You know, it's manageable but not curable, and there's only a medication that can, you know, help you keep just stop it from killing you, and you can maybe live like a decently long life. Anyway, so patent the drug for that disease, and then infect everyone in the world with that. and then everyone in the entire world would have to buy my product. So I'd be the puppeteer of everyone's lives.
I swear that
Isn't that the definition of taking over the world?
What, just create a plague empire?
Yeah, an empire of this medication that everyone has to only get from me. Can I
just mention that Johnny Man's life goal is to become a doctor here, so that's not very good, is it? He's trying to become
I could go into research and create that drug. That might actually help.
Moving on.
Maybe easier.
Moving on.
Yeah, Tyrone, I think round about now is time for a game.
No, because there's one more question I want to mention.
Okay.
Because it's perfect.
Screw me, I guess.
It's perfect for what we've just done. How much advice, in quotation marks, is non-broadcastable?
Non-broadcastable.
Yes. There's a lot that we cannot broadcast.
Just about 5 times during this entire broadcast alone, we have had to stop.
Yes.
Mainly because of Johnny Man's interesting noises he makes every now and again.
That's saying your nan.
Your nan. The other 2 times have been...
Your nan is lovely, by the way.
She's a nice woman, I like her cookies. 2 other times we've had to stop because of comments similar to the one I just made, if it makes it into it.
Let's just say the outtakes are longer than the actual episodes. Well, we can move on now, Ben.
I think it's time for a game, don't you, Johnny Man?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So what this game is me and 2 people make a story, 1 word at a time. So I say hello, Tyrone says people, and then I go blah blah blah. And the other person has to, at the end of the story, judge if it's good enough to be kept in their storybook. And if it is, both of them win.
And kept in the broadcast.
Yes. So I think since
There are many verbs that I'm going to add.
Since I'm sitting over here and you're over there, you two, for your audio listeners, I am going to be the judge. Whenever you're ready.
Konnichiwa.
Omaiwa.
No.
Shinde.
Nani?
That's it.
Oh, good start. Thanks for the dab. I've heard better things. I've heard better things from the submarine crew down there. Can you shut up?
Please, we're trying to record something here.
I mean, it's hard trying to record in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean, but when there's such a loud crew. Other than that, their stories are even better than that.
Stop enslaving us. Shut up.
Quiet, you. Just because you're now after going to the AI
Is there a caution?
Shut up. Okay, me and Johnny Man.
Right.
Alright.
Today,
I
went
to
the
bakery
to
eat
this
bread.
10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah. Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get this bread.
Let's get that bread.
Okay, Tyrone.
Me and Ben now.
Yes. Where
Are
you
now. You could have carried on.
Faded.
man
I
don't
understand
what
you're
saying?
because
I'm
deaf.
Congratulations.
Deaf to
Two.
do.
To do. Do-do.
This didn't go well.
That's a 8 out of 8 IGN.
I rate 8 out, mate.
Right out.
Bait.
Talking of rating, Asda's actually got really good stuff in there. All you lower years won't get it though.
Other brands are
Our
available.
brands are
Flex.
available.
Just to flex, we get to go to Asda during break.
Let me talk about Mr. Phil Swift here.
Flex time.
Yes. Ben, would you like to talk about Phil Swift?
I love Phil Swift. He is my. That's what we should have done. The cult on.
We're sorry.
The cult of Phil. Yes. Stop apologising to the Admiral. We're flying into that fleet whether you want to or not. Other than that, Phil Swift is our new deity. Screw John Favreau.
I don't want to put my hand goggles on.
Our flex god shall reign supreme, and we shall all have a waterproof life.
What's the next thing, Ben?
What is the next thing? Oh, story time.
Oh, right.
Tyrone, since you earlier forgot the story, would you like to try to remember it again?
I won't try to remember it. I'll come up with a new one, which might be the story I was actually thinking about. So I was a young lad. Ben, you've heard the story before, so you can leave. No, please don't. Please. I need help. I was a young lad. Wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed. In fact, probably one of the dullest. I had this bouncy ball, right? I played a lot because for some reason I like bouncing balls around. The window was open and bounced a bit too hard. Bada bing, bada boom, out the window it goes.
God like the wind.
I remember Falzan threw his bouncy ball out of the window.
Yeah.
A new one. That was actually really good.
Anyway, so outside where this window, there's this little thing just above the door where you can
Conservatory.
yeah, basically. Just you're not supposed to be on it. Well, as you're not supposed to be in it, like me, I decided to climb out the window onto this little concrete thing. You climb out the window is the easy part. I grab the ball, I look up, realise I might not be able to get back in. So I'm stuck on this big concrete thing, quite high above the ground. This family comes along. Mummy, there's a kid up there. Just move along, child. Just don't notice.
It's an Assassin's Creed way up this.
That's pretty hot.
Of course, when I do something stupid, I'm smart enough to get myself out of it. So I see this little box thing on the wall. So it's currently breaking off the wall, right? So I decide to put my foot in it, to climb into the window and back into not my bedroom, but my mother's bedroom.
Because everybody knows the best thing you want to see is just a child climbing through your second-story window.
That's not the only time I had a problem with my bouncy ball. So I was playing outside after school, right? I hit a curb. Bouncy ball rolls into the road.
Taro does not have good survival instincts.
So you just ran into the road and picked it up?
No. Like an imbecile. I didn't look left or right?
Like cool cat says.
I decided to, just casually walk. Car, me.
That was not a sequel, that was actually Tyrone.
Let's just say my knees don't work anymore.
Knees become so heavy. My bouncy ball's out for there already. Mum's spaghetti.
I did get my bouncy ball back. I don't think it was worth my knees though.
Do you think your bouncy ball just sort of lead you into
I've got a story.
the eternal abyss?
Why don't you tell us your
I've
story?
got a story. Okay. So Ben went, wait, watch this. And he called up Mr. J. And I was like, Mr. J, what do you do when you get home? Do you relax on the sofa? And Mr. J was just like, yeah.
I just,
that was
I
it.
siphoned the python, I stretched in match. I tossed the salad.
I can't say anything real.
Jonathan's currently having an existential crisis.
Okay, I know something we can say in these final few minutes. Well,
Thank you everybody for listening. And that's the end of the shortest episode of Lightning Advice.
Thank you, Jonathan, for coming on today.
Yes, thank you very
I was
much.
anti-helpful. How many... Is there any... Have I got any lines in this? Do I say anything in this?
Maybe.
Maybe. But anywho.
Anyway, please go to the Dane Court Radio website and listen to all of the previous podcasts, listen to all the future podcasts. We may have more guests, we may have more interesting games.
We forgot to mention send an email to lightningadvice@gmail.com.
Oh yeah, that.
But it's not like people are going to send them anyway.
And for me, Tyrone, goodbye.
See you now.
Au revoir.